Have you guys ever played in a big tournament before with prizing or an invite, and you are in the last round, you know that you need to win this round to get another invite or more prizing, and you're paired against someone you know, one of your friends, who has never gotten that invite or prizing and really needed it, and then you proceed to cold death stare them in the face as you crush them 2-0 so that they can't get their invite and you can just get another one that's basically useless. Well, that's what today's video is about, so let's get to it. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, especially subscribe now. Thank you. And turn that notification bell on the smashed potatoes, that way you know when all these amazing Digimon videos go live. Also, we stream some Digimon on Twitch sometimes, so that's kind of cool. So as you guys are aware, we are under regional season because Bandai decided to do a really cool thing and announce Digimon Regionals with invites that can get you to Digimon Nationals. Now, how does one get an invite to Nationals per se? Well, you have to come top 16 into one of these regionals, and then you get an invite. Sounds pretty doable, right? Well, you'd be surprised. You see, there's nothing stopping anyone from attending in all the regionals and getting an invite at literally every single one. There is no gatekeeper, there is no passing down of invites, there is none of that. It's just, if you play in every regionals and you get an invite every single time, good for you. Doesn't do anything for you, but I guess it's one less seat for another person to go to Nationals, right? That's kind of the idea here. Nationals is a very prestigious thing, right? People want to go to Nationals and they want to go to Worlds in order to try and be that best player, right? That's what everyone wants. That's what everyone wants. And, you know, we now have an opportunity to do that. We have a lot of people that are going to play the game and just play at every regionals because they can, for different reasons, right? That's just how it is. Why am I making this video? I'm making this video because of the goalie definition here. In other card games, I've never heard of people talking about this before, and I've been in other card games before, trust me. And people in the Digimon card game are talking about how people that play multiple Digimon regionals and get multiple invites are being goalkeepers, preventing other people from getting invites. And some people think that's incredibly scummy practice. I'm not making that up, it's actually true. What I want you guys to do is leave your opinion on the comment section below before we get started into today's analysis, and let me know what you guys think about it. Do you think it's morally apprehensible for someone to keep taking invites away from other people? Do you think it's just competitive nature of the sport? Whoever gets, the best hunt deserves the best hunt, right? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. I love reading it and responding to all that. And it'll be interesting to hear your perspective on it fresh before I actually give you points, pros, and cons. I think before we tackle if it's right or wrong, we need to talk about what other card games do. And for this video, we're going to talk about Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I would do Magic, but Pro Magic is kind of up in the air right now. Yeah. It's just best to leave dead dogs dead. That's not the saying at all. I don't know what the saying is. Sleeping dogs lie, maybe? I'm not. Yeah. We're gonna let sleeping dogs lie, guys. And we're just gonna do Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon. So in Yu-Gi-Oh! For a lot of the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! What would end up happening is you'd go to a regionals, and depending on size, if you came top 16, top 32, even top 48 maybe, you have a chance of getting your invite by placing in that category. If you come top 32, and invites are for top 32, you qualify for an invite. Great job. And that was really cool, and that's effectively what Bandai is kind of doing now. The difference being Yu-Gi-Oh! Regionals, there's like hundreds in a regular competitive year. Every weekend in the States, there's multiple. Like, it's actually insane. There's a lot of opportunity to get an invite. If you miss 2, 3, 4, 5 times, you got so many more shots to take, you're fine. And by the end of that, you have Nationals where there's like 2,000 plus people. Actually insane. I've been there. It's really cool. Recently, what Konami introduced was the Road to Worlds, essentially. What ended up happening is, through regionals and other bigger premier tournaments, they allowed people to effectively incentivize to keep running. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. All right, give me a second here. Basically, you got points every time you went to a regionals or a higher level event if you placed a certain, top 16 or whatever, and those points stacked up. And then at the end of the year, the person with the most points in that region effectively got to go to Worlds and skip everything else. Now, this is really cool because it gave people an opportunity to actually participate in more regionals. It wasn't about getting the invite anymore. For some people, it was literally about getting the points to go to Worlds. And it kind of bypassed the requirement to go to Nationals if you did really well at regionals. Now, of course, not that simple because I think there were like 100 people trying to do that, and it was a really close race. That's actually like really good for the competitive spirit of the game, because now there's something else. Now the people that have their invites have incentive to keep going, and it's perfectly in the nature of the competitive sport. There's no goaltending, there's no blocking out invites for no reason, just for flexing. There's actually a chance you can go to Worlds by doing well at regionals every single weekend. Pokemon has something similar, and they've been doing it for a lot longer. They basically had their points to Worlds system, where at all your tournaments, you got assigned point values based on, how well you did at those tournaments. And bigger tournaments allotted bigger point values, and so on and so forth. So if you got 500 points at the end of a season, you went to Worlds. Now, albeit there was no really gatekeeper involved, like you could go past 500 points if you wanted to, you could go pretty high, I'm pretty sure, and that effectively could be referred to as goalkeeping, but, it gave people a reason. Again, it wasn't just one invite, you had to do well at multiple tournaments in order to get that Worlds invite, and that's just how that was. So what does Digimon have right now? What has Bandai introduced into the system to allow people to go to Nationals? You have to come top 16 out of regionals, and right now there are only 4 regionals that we know of. Now, before anyone says only 64 people can get in or less, it's all over. What am I gonna do? It's not all over. It's fine, because there are also store championships where you can participate in a local store championship if your store is setting it up, and you have the opportunity to place an invite there as well. So there is that. So compared to Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh!, where they incentivize you to participate in multiple regionals and higher level tournaments all the time to get points, Bandai doesn't have that. Bandai just has top 16 get invite, yep, cool. But you can get prizing if you come first place. You can get special printed stamped cards or whatever. And then the other, I think, top 32, if you come top 32, you just get a bunch of prizing regardless. So top 32 gets prizing, top 16 gets invite and prizing, and first gets special cards, invite, and prizing. So they do kind of incentivize people to keep playing, right? Because people are going to shoot for that first place finish just to get those stamped cards, right? I know some people are after that. But is that really the same thing? Or are a few stamped cards enough to really, prevent people from goalkeeping, according to others? This is where we have to really step down and talk about it for a second. In my opinion, Mario's personal opinion, I don't have an issue with it. I don't have an issue with someone, playing in 4 regionals and getting 4 invites potentially. I have no issues with that. And I have several reasons why. So don't at me yet. Just relax. Just before you start reeling at me in the comments section, just take a moment. Just hold on. Good reasons. I swear. Reason number 1 is because it is in the competitive nature in the sport. Humans are a competitive species, and they want nothing but to be on top. Giggity. Number 2, the shot to win those stamped cards is enough value for people to keep trying hard. Keep trying to get first place. There is that. That's just how it is. I wouldn't mind some of those stamped cards, right? So I want to keep going potentially to get first. Number 3, Digimon's really fucking fun. Like, for real. The game's really fun. I don't mind sitting down and playing at a regionals because, the game's fun and it forces me to think, and it's a good time. And, yeah. Number 4. I forgot what number 4 is. That's a Pepega moment. Yep. Number 4. Oh yeah, number 4. So a lot of people had to pay for these regionals in advance, right? Because there's no wait lists basically, and spots filled up really quickly. So quickly to the point where Bandai even allowed it to reopen some stores and open more spots. But besides that, you had to pay for these tournaments in advance. I paid for all 4 regionals in advance. You think I'm just gonna not play because I have my invite already? No, I'm gonna get my money's worth, right? That's logical. That makes sense. And reason number 5, it's actually a reason I'm keeping myself. Sorry, guys. But I want you to know there is a 5th reason, and I might share it one day. Maybe. We'll see. Now, if you already have your invite, is there anything saying, well, don't play Lord Nightmon for 3 more weeks, blah, 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 you know, just play fun decks. Have fun. God, let someone else have a chance. And, like, true, I can get behind that. But again, if you're trying to come first, then that argument's irrelevant, right? It's just non-existent. You know that there are people in these regionals that will be playing Lord Nightmon for the next 3 weeks because they want a shot at first place. Or maybe they want a shot at their invite because they just want it. Because they want their invite, because they can't get it. Because maybe they went X2 and came 20th. You know, it happens. But yeah, I see nothing inherently wrong with this. I think the stamped cards, while it's not maybe enough prizing for first place, and it kind of sucks they give you nothing for top 8 either, you know, it is kind of cool. It is kind of neat that Bandai did give a little extra incentive for first place. And for some people, that's going to be enough. But honestly, we just want to sit here and play the Digimon card game. That's what it comes down to. I know I'm going to play 3 different decks to 3 different weeks. Some of them might be tier 1, some of them might be tier none. I don't know. Really, we'll just see what happens, right? So now, if you haven't left a comment in the comment section before the video, let me know what you think now in the comments anyway. Do you think that I'm right, I'm wrong, are my points valid, are they invalid? Are we just a whole bunch of competitive people trying to kill the fun for other people? Or is it just competitive nature? Is this just what it is? Let me know in the comments, guys, and we'll see you later. Bye!